Hello everybody, and welcome to a Let's Look At of Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, the E3 demo, which the backers have now got after E3. We'll go into that later, but obviously I'm playing it. Full disclosure, I am a backer, I did back this project, and for a second I'm just going to stop talking and listen to this music. So beautiful, I didn't know when to stop talking there, but we're going to press any button, game start, just jump right into it here. I did play this for like 15-20 minutes a minute ago, but Camtasia crashed, so I do know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to skip through all this. So we can like kick, and we are about to get a sword in this chest, which will allow us to do proper attacks, and we'll go over all this in a minute after we've done the actual, information on it. But we can jump, we can slide stash, obviously that's telling us how to attack, and it's going to teach us a lot more stuff as the game goes on. We're going to see enemies, we're going to be slicing enemies, and I don't know, can we do this yet? We can't do it yet, but soon we're going to get a power. It's going to be outside, which basically shows off how to use the magic meter. But in terms of actual, backstory here, obviously Bloodstained Ritual of the Night has been made by Igarashi, or Iga himself, after Konami decided that Castlevania Symphony of the Night was not a good idea. There is the Kraken in the background. I still never found him, by the way. But yeah, he made it after, they decided, hey, you know what is a good idea? Let's never make a Castlevania game again. Let's make Pachinko machines, obviously. Iga, and here is the power to... That looks so cool. Like when the stained glass hits you, that's so cool. And this is our special attack, so we can do some sort of crystallization spell. We do get other spells across this demo, and then there's a secret area up here. But yeah, so after Konami decided to just make Pachinko machines, Iga decided that he wasn't going to take any of that, and decided that he was going to do exactly what Keiji Inafune did and leave Konami to make his own project, which is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is a... Yep, that's better defense. Which is a sequel to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And it is exactly like Symphony of the Night. I'm pleased to say, from the time that I had with this, Iga has not fucked around like Keiji Inafune did. Like, he said he wanted to make Symphony of the Night, and he has made Symphony of the Night. That's all there is to it. It's like, he said, I want to make a Metroidvania, because as you can see there, we went downwards, but there's also a pathway to the right, and we have just engaged in a level up. I'll come to the level ups in a second. But, he said, I want to make a Castlevania Symphony of the Night, just an RPG, and that's what he's done. I'll also say, just before we go on with that, if you look at the character model, every time you get a new item, like, we're about to equip a headband, so if you look at our model right now, she's not got a blue headband on, but if we go to equipment, equip the headband. There we go. Can you see it? Can you see, like, the little blue headband now? Every item you get in the game equips to your character, so we're going to get some boots later on, and you'll see that her boots change. So it's really nice that how every item we get actually changes our physical appearance. So let's just get rid of this guy and continue on with it. So yeah, he said what he wanted to do, and he did it. Unlike Keiji Inafune that added like that ranking system and online and all this shit that Mega Man didn't need, Iga was like, I want to make Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and that's what he's done. It is a Metroidvania, as you can tell by all of the split paths. It's a Metroidvania RPG. Obviously you can see the RPG elements being our health, our magic meter, and our level up system, and every time we do get a level up, we don't have to like pick and choose whether we want health or anything. it is literally just a all stats up. We're about to get another stained glass. Oh, those stained glass things when that happens is really cool. And we can now shoot fire, which I'll do in a second. But yeah, so it's just like when you get a level up, you get an all stats up. So it is literally a Metroidvania with RPG elements. He did what he said he wanted to do, and you get all these different spells which interact with the environment, like how this cannon just blew through that wall, because there's different environmental things that we've also got to keep our eye out on, and that is our magic. So, like Castlevania, hitting the lanterns will provide us with either money or magic or experience. I think like the oh, he came back. I didn't think he would respawn. But yeah, so all the pieces are in place. It looks great, and these guys are assholes. Like, they were in the trailer, and if you don't like stun lock them like that, like if they get to if they start rolling, when they start rolling, they're dicks. So we're just going to get rid of them as fast as possible and move onwards here. Well, yeah, it's looking great. In terms of actual presentation, we've got the music, which is just fantastic. Like, the music is amazing. And you see how that ghost went through the wall? I can't remember if it's on this screen or something, but there is, on one of these, an illusionary wall, kind of like Dark Souls. So if you hit the wall with your sword, you will find a secret, but I think it's back the other way now. So we'll backtrack in a bit. Like, I can't say backtrack because it does all loop around eventually. Like, all this eventually loops round, but we'll backtrack in a bit. That's an ether right there to restore our magic if we need it, and 2 hits from this guy will get rid of him. But yeah, so in terms of actual music, the music is phenomenal. Like, I could just shut up and let you listen to the music constantly. And this is only the demo. Like, I've heard from other backers that have got the demo that it's literally just this ship, and then when we get off the ship and we start to move towards the actual castle grounds itself, the demo ends. But the ship is apparently like a good 2 hours long if you don't know where you're going, and I don't, I'll be honest. Like, I could get us so far, there's another level up there, I can get us so far through this ship from the initial play, but when we get back round to a cannon that we're going to see in a minute, no idea, don't know where I'm going. So that's the thing. I at least want to get back round to show off the illusionary wall. So yeah, in terms of the music, sounds absolutely fantastic. You know, nothing to complain about on the music. The gameplay itself, again, it's exactly what we wanted. You know, we are a RPG-like character. We will get different RPG-like elements. Like, we have just got some Kung Fu shoes here, which I'm going to switch to in a moment with this guy here. So as you can see, we can swing with our sword. But if we go to equipment and weapons, Kung Fu shoes, they do more damage. Again, watch that the boots have changed from black to yellow. So here we go. There's the boots changing from black to yellow, and rather than a long sword, this is more of a close range attack. So unlike the sword, which we can stand a little bit further away, we have to get closer to enemies. So it's semi-strategy. Like, this guy, I usually crouch and swing the sword, but obviously if I get, you know, that close to him, I'm taking damage. So it does have a little bit of strategy involved in terms of what weapon is best for what enemy. He's rolling. Don't let him roll again. Stun lock him there. Don't let him roll again. I think this guy is, or one of these wheel guys should be ready to pay out as well. Oh gosh. Is he going to roll off the edge? Yep. Don't let him roll again. Just keep him in against the wall. Yellow? Not a yellow. I did get a yellow stained glass thing off of them before, but it doesn't seem like they're paying out now. Unless I have to take that illusionary wall to get all of the other ones of those guys. But yeah, visual presentation. There's a lot of issues with the visual presentation. I'm not going to lie about that, you know. It is a let's look at, and while it is, yep, that's the boss. That is the boss. Hello, Mr. Boss. You have to duck or you do get hit by him. Oh, here comes red. That was a red spike. I'm waiting for the yellow one. But yeah, visual presentation. There are a few issues I have with the visual presentation that aren't exactly like good. One example is here, right? So when you're going through the level, you might notice certain areas which don't coincide with the backgrounds, for example. So I could be going through this, and I can see that there's gaps here. Oh god, let me just deal with this guy. There we go. But I can see that there's gaps, you know, on that upper platform, and I think I can get to that upper platform, but obviously I can't. And then this loops back around, and this is where I get confused because it just loops back around. Well, you know, I think I can get to that upper platform, and I can't, and I'm like, oh, well. And there's an illusionary wall that we just hit, and found a secret room, which is give us a high potion, high ether, and, you know, nothing else. So at this point, I'm just kind of, I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I am stuck. I am now fully stuck, because these are just all chests with ethers and rings in. What does the ring do? Let's also equip the ring. Accessory 1. Ring. Gives us a little bit of extra defense. So yeah, at this point I don't know where to go or what to do. Like, there's probably another illusionary wall, which I can't see. And in terms of visual issues, I think that's another thing. Like, I get Dark Souls is supposed to be hard and you're not supposed to know where the secret wall is, but my character model is going through the wall here, which to me makes me think there is an illusionary wall, which I can punch through like I did with that other one mere moments ago. So maybe some sort of visual indication of an illusionary wall would be nice, or like if it's not a wall like this, just don't have your player model be able to go through the wall. Just like some indication of what is the illusionary wall and what isn't, because at this point I'm just going to be kicking, you know, stuff all around. In terms of like the overall other aesthetics though, everything looks great but very unfinished, and it's a beta so I completely understand that. You know, in terms of like the 3D, all of the 2D stuff, like this rose here, that looks finished. That looks absolutely great. That rose is beautiful. The lantern, the fire and the actual glowing effect on the fire looks finished. But like if we were to break it, you know, all those little bits that are hitting the floor don't really have any shading, doesn't look that finished. But yeah, so in terms of visual properties, some of it is completely finished, looks awesome. Other parts of it are, you know, quite unfinished, like a lot of the monsters, while looking very good. Can we see one of you? Like, it's got that beautiful bubbling effect. This ooze monster, if we look at the floor beneath him, has got that beautiful bubbling effect. He lurches forward in a nice animation, but he does look a little bit untextured, don't you think? So there are a few things that definitely do look untextured, and here's one of those things what I meant about the background. Like, I see stairs here, and I feel like I can get up onto this higher platform, so you might want to make the foreground and the background a little bit more distinct from each other, but, you know, that's just a minor complaint. I'm going to try and keep killing these guys, because I know that I can get a yellow, stained glass shard out of them. Doesn't seem like they're doing it, though. And this is, again, just looping back round. So, yeah, in terms of, like, overall presentation in the world, it's looking good, but even like our main character here, she looks like she could use a little bit of work, maybe. Like, I feel like there's something a little bit low quality about her. But in terms of like all of the simple stuff they've been working on, like our health bar in the top left there, that looks fantastic, very nicely done. You know, we've got the HP at the top, MP at the bottom in a nice gothic style, all of the little silver thorns and the little silver containers with our health, and our actual moon, by the way, you see how it's like partly red, it's dripping red at the bottom but not red at the top? For as much as I've guessed, that's our XP meter, because it seems like when I kill a big enemy like a boss, it fills up like quite a lot, and when we kill small enemies it don't fill up, you know, all that much. But it's a very nice way to show off the experience meter. You know, when we kill an enemy, our blood moon fills up, our bloodstained moon fills up. Let's see if we can, there you go, we got it full, I guess, or not, then I don't know. Like, that moon does something when it's full, but I'm still yet to figure it out. Like, when I was playing it before, I thought it was the experience, but apparently it's not the experience, so who knows what happens when that's full. Maybe that's what gives us the stained glass shards. But regardless, moving on, you know, some of these monsters, again, like this cannon man, look really cool, but he looks a little bit untextured. You know, it's we're kicking him, and it's a little bit unfinished, but it's overall looking okay. But in terms of stuff that is simple to do, like the roses and the menu, again, looks fantastic. All this looks finished, you know, the actual stained glass in the background with the light shining through the stained glass onto our menu screen, that looks done. The equipment, the inventory, all of the actual PNG images that they needed, sorry, go back to the menu, all this looks completely finished. All the items there that we're wearing, you know, be it the shoes or the sword, they look finished. The you know, that tunic, it all looks like it's all completely finished. Our character over there, again, it's finished, it's done. So in terms of all the menus, I guess we can't really see the archives because the archives aren't done yet. But in terms of all of our menu stuff, all of our HP meters, all of our stats and all like that, all this looks completely finished and looks absolutely beautiful. It's only the main game itself that, while still looking great, does definitely still need a touch-up. But again, it's only an E3 beta. Like, this isn't even the proper backers beta. This is like an E3 beta, so before the game's released, we are going to be revisiting Bloodstained again with a full proper backers demo that is going to be like a lot more complete than this. This was just something for E3. You know, they whipped this up pretty fast, like, oh hey, it's E3. I know that E3 is the biggest gaming convention in the world, and, you know, if we show this at E3, it's going to get people interested, but nothing's like really set in stone right now, so let's just quickly whip something together for E3. So yeah, some of the backgrounds a bit unfinished, you know, some of the actual monsters need a little bit more shading, but in terms of like menus and stuff, they're all done and it's looking great so far. Give me the yellow stained glass. No, that wheel man still refuses to give us the yellow stained glass. Which is a shame, because I was hoping to like show that off as well, but I don't know what triggers it. So that's about all I can say. I'm just going to kill this guy, because I know I'm going to be running out. And one other thing is the frame rate. Like, you might have noticed, sometimes the frame rate does dip a little bit. Let me just see, we're at 17 minutes, so we have got a few minutes left, but I'm going to do the wrap up here. So yeah, the frame rate does dip occasionally when we come across a big monster. Like, right now it's at, you know, 50 to 40 frames per second. I don't know if you can see this or if this is just like my program that shows me this, but right now it's at 44, 46, 44, 46. It tends to stay at around 40 frames per second, according to my thing. But every so often, when we come across a big boss, which I think is at the end of this, like, because it's got to load in a boss, yeah, it just dipped to like 20 there for a second. So it was only a small dip, you might not even notice it. But it does have a few frame rate dips, so certainly look at fixing that, Iga. But everything, in terms of everything else, looks great. It's looking great. I'm excited. And again, this is just a crappy E3 demo. This is just a crappy E3 demo. Like, the actual backer demo is going to be so much more finished and just so much more beautiful. So we're going to kill this guy, and this is where I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just going to kind of end it here, because I'm just like, oh no, where do I go? So overall, it's looking so great. It's looking fantastic. I'm excited to see what this will eventually turn out like, because already it's looking great. It's looking great. And, you know, we were promised the E3 demo after E3, and we've got it, so I can't fault Iga on holding his promises. Like, Photon right now is making a video about how basically Inafune has scammed the shit out of him, because a day after, think about this, a day after the game released publicly, the backers finally got their free copies, even though they were supposed to get the game like a week before everyone else. So that's a problem. And then all the other backers are saying they haven't got the physical rewards, so oh dear. But here we're getting what we promised on time. You know, Igor's promised the E3 demo after E3. Here it is in our hands. They've shown like certain release dates and certain things for a proper backer demo, and it looks like we're going to get said backer demo on time. So at least Igor is he's managing this Kickstarter very, very well. And like, whereas Photon is regretting that he sank $60 into the Mighty No. 9 Kickstarter, I am fully, like, I'm not regretting my investment at all. Like, I've invested a little bit more. I can't remember how much I invested. I think it was $150. I can't remember which one it is, but it's the one that comes with like the amazing art book, and like my physical copy that I'm going to get from the PS4 comes in this amazing like midnight purple steel bookcase, and like the midnight purple has got pieces of stained glass in it to indicate this girl's stained glass rose that's on her chest there. So like, I was like, I'm not missing out on that. That looks fucking awesome, that steel bookcase. So I was fully prepared to put like a larger amount in just to get the steel bookcase itself. And again, I'm not mad. I am not annoyed in the slightest. I do not regret my purchase whatsoever. There's an illusionary wall. It was just a high potion. I thought that was more of the game. But yeah, I'm not mad with my purchase whatsoever. I am fully happy with the investment I made, and unlike Photon and other Mighty No. 9 backers, so far, no regrets. It's great. So that's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. This was just a look at the E3 demo from a backer and what I think of it. Again, one last quick roundup of that. Looks great. Has a few frame rate issues that they need to iron out. Some of the overall aesthetic of the menus looks finished, looks great. The in-game gameplay has a couple of frame rate issues. Has some monsters that do look unfinished, like this jellyfish man. I feel like maybe he needs some shading or something like that. And there are certain things like this. There are certain things like the illusionary wall, that I feel like you should be able to see the illusionary wall a little bit better. And there's things like this that I didn't think I could jump on, because look, at one point I fell through it. I'm not going to be able to replicate it now. I'm not going to be able to do it when I'm trying to do it on purpose. But you know, some things like this I felt like I couldn't jump on. So, you know, maybe make the foreground objects a little bit more, you know, stand them out a little bit more than the background objects. But overall, it needs some work, but looking great. So that's my 2 cents on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, because I've already seen that all other backers like Jim Sterling well in on this and already recorded their versions. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I will be back with more Bloodstained when the full backer demo, not the E3 demo, comes out, and then I'll be back with the full game, because you know you're sure as shit I'm going to be let's playing this. I'm going to be let's playing this like a motherfucker. So yeah, thank you all for watching my first impressions of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Also, I actually did find the boss, so you know what? I'm going to keep it running just a little bit longer, see if I can find the boss. And you know what? Even though it's probably like one attack down, I feel like a bit of extra range. Yeah, a bit of extra range is probably a lot better to deal with this guy. We have got potions. And also, this isn't the entire boss, which is, yep, here is big-breasted boob lady. We're going to slice her boobs. So, she is a siren creature. A bit like Risky from Risky's Revenge there, shooting the cannonballs. There she is over there. She seems to have got the stained glass on her face. Yes, should have jumped that. But it's alright, we've got potions. I don't think we can actually get her while she's in the background, unless we can hit her crystal horn. Doesn't look like it though. So we'll just continue to stab the big face, and then hopefully we'll be able to hit her face. So we did get some extra damage from hitting her face there. Level up. How did we level up? Oh, I guess we killed her. Thank you for playing. You are more than welcome. You are very welcome, Iga. I look forward to it. I look forward to it greatly. I can't wait. So that was Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Again, even though I just said it mere moments ago, looking fantastic, got some visual issues and frame rate that may need a little bit of a tweak. It's not as bad as my number 9. Not regretting my investment whatsoever. Fantastic music, fantastic like menu visuals. Great gameplay. It's literally what we wanted. We wanted Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2, and that's all it could give us. We got exactly what we wanted. We got the Metroidvania run around looking for all the secret paths with RPG elements and different equipments and loadouts and spells. It's literally Castlevania, RPG elements, big castle Metroidvania. That's all we wanted, and that's all he gave us. He gave us exactly what we asked for, so very, very happy with it. So again, that was just the boss. I just wanted to add that at the end because I finally found the map and I figured out how to get to the boss after like an hour's worth of searching. But for now, again, leave a like if you loved this Bloodstained footage. Leave a like. Tell me if you backed Bloodstained. Are you excited for Bloodstained? Did you back it? What level did you back at if you did back it? Because I'm interested to hear what level you backed at if you did back it. And yeah, that's everything. So I'm going to go again, and I'm actually going to go make some lunch now. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it and you want to see more, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a like, and I will see all of you in the next one. Again.